You're listening to The Ride to Work with Pastor Fred. Fuel for your faith before you clock in. Enjoy the ride.
Good morning, family. It is what? It's Friday. Man, it's the finish line of the week for some of us. I won't say all of us, some of us, because like I said, I know some folk work on the weekends, but it's the finish line for some of us. And before you clock in, before you clock out, before you check out mentally, I just need to drop this in your spirit. All my riders, thank you for joining us, like I said, on the ride to work this morning. And we just trying to give you some encouragement, some filler to your faith, before you clock in. And I just want to say, today in this episode, you following too close. I just spoke to somebody. Somebody just said, what in the world? That boy must be reading my mail. He must be reading my mail to be talking about this on this Friday at this time on the ride to work. You're following too close. You see, because I realize some of your frustration this week, it didn't come from your enemies. It came from your proximity. It came from where you were. Some of your stress, it didn't come from the weight you were carrying. None of that. It came from the people that you're carrying. I know I'm talking to somebody this morning. That exhaustion, that fatigue, it didn't come from work. It came from the crowd that you let get a little too close. But you got to tell yourself on this morning, on this day, I got to back up. I got to back up. You following too close. I got to back up. Listen, when you follow too close, here's some the lesson in it. You can't see clearly when you're too close. See, in traffic, when you ride in somebody's bumper, and my sister does that. Oh, she scares me every time I ride with her. I get nervous because she be right up on folk, seriously. But in traffic, and I hope she's listening, but when you ride in somebody's bumper, you can't see what they see. You can't see the potholes. You can't see the lane shifts. You can't see the danger until it's too late. And see, in some of us, if truth be told, we're living life bumper to bumper just like that with people who can't see any better than we can. You're taking direction from somebody who's just as confused. You getting advice from folk who's just as messed up. You letting someone else's panic become your pace. Come on now. Come on. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You taking advice from somebody, and I just got to say it like this, who ain't passed the test you're studying for. What sense does that make? Your closeness is costing you clarity. It is. And you need to back up. You need to breathe. You need to create some room for God to show you what you can't see when you're following too close. You got to create that space. Because distance protects you from their disaster. And note, I said their disaster. Because when you're following something or somebody too close, what happens is, listen, I want you to get this Friday and take this into the weekend. Carry this into your Saturday morning, your Sunday morning when you're going to church, all of that. Listen, when you follow too close, what happens is you adopt the problems of the person in front of you. If they slam on brakes, guess what? You in it. If they swerve, you in it. If they crash, guess what? You in it. See, some of your collisions in life it wasn't even your drama. Man. It wasn't even your drama. You just got caught up. You got caught up in the fallout because you followed the wrong person too close. And now watch this. It's something that we have at work. We had a training session at work, and their concept, we went to Disney for some training for quality service, and their concept was this, and it fits this to the T. It's not my fault, but it is my problem. I didn't cause it, but I got to deal with it. Because you're following too close. You're following the wrong person too close. I need you to think about it, because I know we admire people. We do. We have people that we're loyal to, and we're so that we adore so much. We do. But you got to make sure it's the right person. They have the right mindset, the right spirit. They're going in the right direction. Because like I said, when they mess up, you messing up. You're too close. You're too far up in it to really see the danger that's up ahead. Their storm becomes your storm because you're standing under their cloud. That's right. Some of us are in storms that's not even our fault. It's not even assigned to us. It's not even assigned to us. So stop inheriting disasters that you ain't even got your name on it. Give yourself some room. Give yourself some space. Be led by God, not dragged by people. And I feel this morning. I know I'm talking to somebody. Space, watch this, is spiritual. Space is spiritual. It is. Space is spiritual. Thank you for that. Space is spiritual. God works, how can I say this, in the gaps. Yeah. Space is spiritual because God works in the gaps. The Bible says in Exodus 14, watch this, that God didn't let Israel follow Egypt closely. He put a pillar of cloud between them and their pursuers. Why? Because God moves in the space. He moves in the distance, in that breach, in that margin. He moves. See, when you create space, you hear God more clearly. You see danger a lot easier now. You make decisions. You're much more calm in your decision making. You're able to have your peace protected intentionally. And I say intentionally, I say it 3 times because that means, look, I'm not going to let this unsettle me. I'm not going to let this take me out of my character. But you can only be that when you create space and let God move in between that distance that you've put between you and whatever you were following. See, sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is just back up. Just back up. You ain't got to address every issue. You ain't got to address every problem. You ain't got to, every attack that comes your way, you ain't got to fight it. You ain't got to go back at it. You ain't got to retaliate. Every time that somebody needs something, you can say no. There's blessings in no. And it's not that you're being mean. It's not that you're being distant. It's just that you're being delivered. If you want to know the truth about it. You're just being delivered. You can't follow somebody if God called you to lead. What kind of sense does that make? And it's not like you're being disrespectful. You just operating in discernment. That's all that's happening. It's not that you're avoiding them. You got to tell them, and you got to be honest with people. Look, it's not. I'm not avoiding you. I'm just protecting me. I'm just protecting me. I got to protect me. So I got to create some space. I got to put some distance between us because I realize, I was too close. I was feeling what you was feeling, and it didn't even have anything to do with me. I was crying because you was crying. I was hurting because you was hurting. But those issues that you brought upon yourself didn't have anything to do with me. But because I was so close, too close, I felt what you felt. And it started messing with my life. It started messing with my rhythm. Started messing with my flow, my pace, my livelihood, my relationship, my household, my finances. I just got to back up. So as you head into this Friday, you're heading into work, you're heading into your weekend, you're heading into life, I just want you to just check your following distance. That's all. Check your following distance. And if, you see somebody's life and somebody that you have an affinity for, you admire to a certain degree, but you see that their life is swerving, spinning, sliding, stopping every 5 minutes, issue here, issue there, problem here, problem there, then ask yourself, why am I still riding their bumper? Back up. Give yourself some space. When you do that, you give God room. So I want you to declare this today as we get ready to end our ride. Just declare this today. This is the last Friday I let other people's emergencies become my accident. Tell yourself that this is the last Friday that you lose yourself trying to keep up with someone who's lost themselves. This is the last Friday that I'm going to follow too close. Just say that. Declare it today. God bless you. Drive smart, live wise, and stay safe, friends. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great, great weekend, and we will see you on the next